Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to my Espresso Chat. I'm Sherry Sancholi, and this has been brought to you by Live Well Naturally, or it will be brought to you. Today, we're going to talk about DIY roller bottle recipes, which is really fun when you have oils sitting around and you're trying to figure out how to incorporate them into your life. I bet you some of these might be on your list. Or in your cupboard. So stay tuned. We're going to flip on over to the slides and see what we got. All right, just set my timer. Let's do this in 15 minutes so that we can all go on about our day and just learn drip by drip. This is my espresso chat. Again, I'm Sherry, live all naturally. And thanks for joining me. I created these because just that I wanted it to be sustainable for both of us. And I wanted it to be something that you could work into your day. I also think it's a great way to learn, just little bits at a time instead of like really flooding yourself. So thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, it should have gone. There we go. Oh, it's really slow to load. Well, let's just keep going, right? So maybe you're going to see the whole thing. Maybe it's just going to stop here. Ideally, this is a collage of photographs. It kind of tells a little bit about me. Here you see me opening a doTERRA box and being at my YTT group back in 2019. But the other pictures, just imagine I'm at the beach, I'm traveling, I'm listening to music, I'm with my family, I love time with my close friends, dogs, music, beach, travel. Those are pretty much words that describe me best. But how does that tie into doTERRA? Like, why am I showing you pictures or telling you about the pictures that didn't load? It's because all of these moments are sweeter when I feel my best. And when I found doTERRA back in 2018, I already felt pretty good, but I just curious by nature and I always love to learn. And so I thought I would buy some oils and just kind of check it out. And little by little, I have swapped out my toxic products for plant-based products by doTERRA, including toothpaste and shampoos and toiletries and house cleaning products. And I just saw my puppy leave the RV. I've even made DIY flea spray for her. Like just little by little, I rarely use anything that's store bought, um, and especially that has chemicals in it. So I want to help you feel well too. So how can you enjoy these oils? Well, there's three different ways. You can use them aromatically, topically, but be sure you have fractionated coconut oil for what we call hot oils, which is basically herby type oils, basil, thyme, rosemary, oregano, cloves, cinnamon, things like that. But the fun fact is it's going to be better to use fractionated coconut oil on all of your topical applications because it helps slow down the evaporation of the oil, which ends up making the oil have its maximum benefits. Sorry, I'm distracted. I think my puppy's about to chew another cushion. Okay, and then internally, this is really important. As you roll the bottle of oil back right past the label, if it says supplement facts in kind of an outline box like you would see on a cracker box, then it's safe to take internally. But if it doesn't say that, please do not take internally. If you're not sure, just skip it. It's really important to only take oils that are safe to ingest. So, fun facts. Why are we using oils? I did a class yesterday at an esthetician school, and somebody was like, wait a minute, you mean that they're more than just like smelly and like something that smells good? Like they actually work for cleaning, they actually work for your health. And I'm like, yeah, that's the amazing part about this is they've been around for 3,000 or more years. They have medicinal aspects to them. They also can really, uh, be effective at cleaning because they have the different constituents inside that make up their unique composition. So some of them have a lot of limonene, which is really high in cleansing. Hold on real quick. Pearl, don't chew the pillow. So sorry, I couldn't watch that. Okay, anyways. Hey, sorry. Pearl. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can keep going. So, fun facts: 20 seconds, they can be found in your bloodstream. 2 minutes, they can be found detected in your brain. And 20 minutes, they can be found in every cell of your body. That's just amazing. So, we just wrapped up a study on 100 humans with our lavender. And at the end of the study, we found that our lavender, and not just we, government run test found that our lavender was deemed pharmaceutical grade, which is amazing. It's not just that we promise it's always going to have the same aroma, we promise it's also going to have the same therapeutic properties. Okay, and so why do I keep saying doTERRA? Why do I keep saying please only do doTERRA for these aromatic, topical, and internal doses? Well, because we're the only oil company that I know of that tests for purity. We run our tests, our oils through 54 rounds of tests. 11 of them are with a third party. And you can find that on source2u.com by just tracking the batch number at the bottom of your bottle. And so, because of all this, I can just blindly lean into doTERRA knowing that I'm not accidentally ingesting pesticides or contaminants of the other kinds, or that it's been adulterated or even just swapped out. A lot of our competitors' birch doesn't have any birch in it. It only has wintergreen, which is very similar in the aromatic properties, but has zero uh, similar therapeutic traits. So you're not going to get the same lasting effect. I am so distracted by my puppy. Pearl. Okay, sorry to yell. Here we go. So let's carry on and see if we can do this. She stops for long periods, so I think oh yeah, now she's distracted. Good. Okay, so today we're going to cover 5 different kinds of DIY roller bottles: energy, flu balm, which is actually probably my favorite, pain relief, perfume, and a good night's sleep. So the energy is going to be 10 to 15 drops of peppermint and wild orange. If you notice, there's an asterisk after every recipe because at the bottom it says to top off with fractionated coconut oil. And we're talking about those little 10 milliliter roller bottles that are very popular. Get them on doTERRA.com. You can also get them on Amazon or Oil Life. It's, doesn't really matter where you buy the empty bottle. It just matters what you put in it. Flu Balm, as I said, is my favorite. 10 drops each: frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and tea tree. We call it the flute so we can remember what it stands for. And then again, you're going to top off with fractionated coconut oil. It's really great for warding off any seasonal threats. I roll it on my pulse points. And the reason why we do our pulse points is because it's where the arteries and veins are closest to the skin. But I also have my husband roll it up and down my spine if I really feel like I'm catching it. And it works wonders. Pain relief is going to be 10 drops of copaiba and then 5 drops each of the marjoram, basil, and frankincense. Really great for getting rid of any kind of pain. I had a friend yesterday share with me that she uses frankincense and helichrysum for her back pain, but I'd already made the slide, and helichrysum is a little bit of a higher price point, so I thought I would just tell you about it verbally. Perfume. Now, I've left this very broad because perfume is such a subjective thing. So I'm just giving you kind of the backdrop of how to come up with your own personal perfume. You can do 10 drops each of something from the citrus family: wild orange, lemon, tangerine, grapefruit, something like that. 10 drops of something from the floral family: rose, geranium, peppermint is a flower, things like that. Jasmine, you know, I'm thinking of others and they're not coming to my head, but florals, flowers. And then 10 from the woodsy category. So cypress, eucalyptus, Siberian fir, things like that. And the reason why I'm laying out this backdrop is you just would rather not do all citrus or all floral or all woodsy because it just doesn't have any high and low notes. It's just all one category. So that's your starting point. And then from there, feel free to tweak it. Like, oh, I want it to be a little more floral, and like, let's take down the woodsy, or vice versa. Or, you want it to be super citrusy or just a hint of it. So reach out to me. I'm happy to spitball with you and come up with your own custom perfume. Lastly is sleep. It's 12 drops of cedarwood, 10 drops of lavender, 8 drops each of the marjoram and balance, and 5 drops of copaiba, along with 2 drops of vetiver. And again, top off with fractionated coconut oil. I really love our Serenity Sleep line, so I almost didn't put this in here, But if for some reason someone either doesn't have it available or they're just not digging it, I've never heard anyone not dig it, but I love to give people options. This is a really solid plan B. So next, we're going to go with the dilution guide for all ages and stages of life, and also our furry friends. It's really important that less is more. If you're not sure about your sensitivity, you're not sure about your vitality and how like many drops you can handle, please start small. You can always add up. It's not like a synthetic Western medicine where you just take one for 12 hours. You're going to reapply anyways. So for babies, 1 to 2 drops for that whole roller bottle. Children up to 5, 1 to 5 drops. Anyone 6 to 11, it's going to be 6 to 11 drops. It's really easy to remember. 12 years and up, assuming that they're strong, healthy individuals, then your recipe can vary from 12 to 40 drops. If there's any doubt, roll it back. Go back to the 6 to 11, even go back to the 1 or 2 drops. And again, if you don't feel anything and you're, effective wise and you're managing the oils well, you can always layer up and add more. Now, elderly, I purposely didn't put an age to it because it just depends on how people age, is their health span matching their lifespan. I know some super vibrant 80-year-olds and I know some 50-year-olds that are kind of fragile. So it just depends on really their vitality. If they're uh, really kind of living limitless still, then they still fall into the 12 and up. As they're starting to feel like their prana is waning, then you would start going back down to like the 6 to 15 drops. And lastly, pets. This is a very broad rule of thumb, but it's the best case scenario, like 1 to 2 drops for that whole roller bottle. Again, you could probably add a little bit more in time. I recommend the book off of Amazon by Dr. Janet Roarke, Roarke. She's in our community. You can also find her on Instagram uh, for essential oil vet. That's it, essential oil vet. She's wonderful and she's really helpful answering questions. So once you've done your drops, you're going to top off with fractionated coconut oil in a 10 milliliter bottle. All right, testimonial. Kind of hard to find a testimonial for a DIY. It's a very individual thing. Most of us are just doing it in our homes. We're not really touting about it afterwards. But I did find that someone on Facebook from 2019 loves this specific recipe. She didn't include the amount of drops, but you can go to your dilution guide and kind of go from there. If you're doing the, up to 40 drops, you could probably do like 10 of each. You can tweak it as much as you want. That's the fun with oils. They're natural. So you can, play around with it and see what works best for you. But this is her favorite pain roller bottle. I also love our deep blue products. So I got to kind of give a shout out to those. And the same lady that, yeah, I think I've already mentioned this. She loves frankincense and helichrysum for pain. But again, helichrysum is a higher price point oil. So I'm just verbally telling you about it. But okay, let's wrap this up. So as you run out of things, just turn around and get something from doTERRA. Make your own products with vinegar, apple cider vinegar, baking soda, things like that. We don't I don't think it's in your best interest to buy everything overnight because it's just a lot to learn and weave into your daily routine. So I really love this theory of like just as you run out of stuff, replace it. I need to update my slides because we now have a really great vitamin powder. So if you don't like taking 12 pills a day, which we still will offer our lifelong vitality, they're really good vitamins. However, the downside was the amount of pills they are because they're not synthetic. They're made from real food, and it was a chore, to be frank. 6 in the morning, 6 at night. We now have come up with our VMG Plus, which is one little powder you mix, tastes like mango pineapple, and it will cover all your vitamins, minerals, and greens. And all you have to add on top of that is a probiotic and your omega oil. All right, I did a whole thing on supplements, so now I'm going to have to add that in as a postscript. So Wellness Wednesdays, I cram all of my wellness things into Wednesdays. So I know as I'm scheduling my social life and my other work, I know that Wednesdays are not a good day for me. So I'm here for you every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so we can do this live on Zoom. If you're seeing this, you're probably on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. And I also do two in-person events every month, the first and third Wednesday. And I also do an orientation for both customers and business on the second and fourth Wednesday. So let's keep in touch. I'm down to 15 seconds. I'm going to turn that off so I don't get distracted. If you want, you can text me. We'll take it from there. That's my email. My YouTube is liveallnaturally123, which again, I think you might know that if you're watching this. And then my liveallnaturally.us applies for my website, my Facebook handle, along with Insta. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a really beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. All right. Bye bye.